Let me slip into a deeper trance.
It's 11:30. Be careful and stay awake.
Alright everybody, welcome back to the Game Vault, another episode of No Man's Sky, and as always I'm Captain Beefy, and we have finally done it. We procured ourselves an S-class capital ship, and we got the one I wanted, the design I wanted, so I am completely stoked. Now, the way we went about doing this is we went from system to system until alright, before let me back up a tiny bit here. We've been playing for about 3 hours or so roughly, and I know every 3 hours and every 5 warps you come into a freighter battle. So what I did is as I was doing these warps, waiting for that freighter battle to spawn in, I would stop into the space station and do a quick autosave by jumping out of my ship and jumping back in. The style of ship I wanted, I believe, spawns mainly in Vy'keen systems, so I targeted Vy'keen systems for every jump, and when I got to a system that had the freighter battle, I immediately checked out the capital ship in the battle, and that's the one that's way out in front of all the others. And I looked at it, and is it the ship I want? Now, I wanted the largest of them, and if it wasn't that one or it just wasn't what I was looking for, I would immediately reload my last autosave and go to another system and try again. And I did this over and over until I found the exact style of ship that I wanted. So that was the first step. And as you can see here, you got to transfer your items over, and you can also, when you buy a new capital ship, you can transfer your base as it stands. I seriously contemplated not doing that because I do want to rebuild that base, but I honestly am not in the mood to do it at this time, so we kind of held off on that for a little bit. But let's hop on out, get in the ship, and take a look at this bad boy, because it's a beast. Now, I stuck with the Star Destroyer model, that's what I call it at least, and that's probably what everybody calls it, because it's very much a homage to the Star Destroyer. We'll get out a little bit so we can take a look around and see what it is. All our whales are popped in now. They're loving it. As you can see, it's significantly larger than the other one that I had. And the way you can tell the sizes of these, there's little pairs of cargo pods on the side. And it can have 2, 4, or 6. That's the maximum for this style of ship. So I flew around basically until I got one that had 6 pods. I was like, great. This is the ship that I want. So I was quite happy about it. I went in and engaged in battle with the pirates that were bothering it and killed them off. And once that was done, I flew to the space station, landed. I didn't go on the vessel yet. I didn't go on this freighter yet. This is what it looks like underneath. It's pretty sharp, huh? Yeah, let's take a look at the engines. It did keep the gravity drive that I had installed on the other one, but all the other installs that I have for warp drives and all that, gone. I have to redo all that. It's a little smaller in its cargo storage, but that's fine. It's, I think, a little larger in the regular storage. I have been saving up the storage augmentations for freighters just in preparation for that, so that's cool. I'm glad I did that. I will have to go ahead and go back to that derelict freighter and start farming all of the little bonus S-class bonus things that you can farm there, so that I can get this thing up to snuff and back to where the other one was mission-wise when I send my frigates out, But that's what the ship looks like on the outside. And, I did a quick save there, did a run through just to check it out, make sure everything looked like it was still in place, nothing looked wonky, nothing was missing. everything seemed fine. Here we are up in the little science area. Went back into the more industrialized area back here. Everything still looked good. All the little bells and whistles I put in here, which is part of the reason I don't want to rebuild it, but I so do because I've learned new techniques. We head upstairs, and we'll take a look around up there and make sure that our garden, represented by the big cucumber there, yeah, everything looks fine here, right? Perfect. Nothing changed. We're not missing anything. Life is good, and I am just absolutely stoked over this. This is a ship I've been wanting to get for a long time, and I really never bothered with the whole method to how I got it. So to get back to that, you go, so you finish off the battle with the pirates, and then you fly immediately to the space station. You jump out of your ship, you create an autosave, you go back out to the capital ship, and once you're there, you hop out of your little vessel. It doesn't do an autosave when you hop out on the freighter. It just lets you hop out. You scan real quick and you see what it is, what level it is. And I believe the first time I did it, it was a C, of course. I think then it was a B and then another C, and I think I got an A in there, and then there was another C and a B. I don't remember how many times I did it, but it wasn't as many as 10. And it might have been as few as 7. So it didn't take an extremely long amount of time, and the load times on the PS5 aren't that bad. So, as soon as I would hop out and scan, if it wasn't what I wanted, boom, I just reloaded that last save, ended up back on the space station, and came out to look again. So yeah, I am completely happy. This is exactly what I wanted. Look how big this monster is. It is just great. The whales love it. They have they're like, yeah, we got some respect. You had that little stubby Star Destroyer before. Now we got this big monstrosity. I'm not fond of the color of it, but I did buy, I think, the black and gray palette, which get that repainted. I'll go in and apply all those augmentations for the storage. I'll go in and put in all the warp extras that I had, because warping 180 light years was a huge step down. I think the last one went about 14 or 1500 per jump. Not that I use this to warp yet, but I think I'm going to be starting here soon, because I'm totally digging it. And I also need to throw in the teleporter that allows me to take stuff from the freighter when it's in the system with me directly to my my suit, and also send it back. So this part of my journey is over. I will not need another capital ship, another freighter, until the game releases one maybe that I like even more. I don't know if that'll ever happen. It'll be a tough call. I may come across one that has a minor difference in its design in another system, and if that happens, then hey, maybe I'll go ahead and try it. But for now, look at this monstrosity. This is a beast. I don't know what the miles per gallon is on this thing. It's going to break my budget, I'm sure, but this was a lot, Now what do I search for? I know. We got a few more ship slots that are open, and we're going to do that. We're going to look for another living ship, one to replace the one we have, because it's pretty bland in my opinion. I've seen much cooler ones out there. I want to replace my squadron with all exotics to make my squadron kind of cool, and get the last of my ships for my own collection built up, so I have basically all the ships I want. So thanks for joining me. If you haven't done so, leave a comment on the video and a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Ring that bell for notifications, and if you share us on social media, it is always appreciated. As always, I'm Captain Beefy with the Game Vault, and I'll see you next time.